Hello, this is the second part of the video series on Midnight Children. Until now, we have been looking at how Salim was born and he's growing up slowly, and Ahmad Sinai's assets were freezed or frozen in an anti-Muslim strike. Now, the Sinais rent a room to Dr. Shapstaker, an old man who works with snake venom. And at that time, Salim falls ill with typhoid. Dr. Shapstaker cures Salim's typhoid with 2 drops of cobra venom. That is a very surprising thing because cobra venom is supposed to be poison. This shows the ambiguity of life. Snake venom can kill as well as cure, and ladders are not always for ascending. So snakes and ladders, that is the motif that is used here. It is also the title of a chapter. At this time, baby Salim is ugly and he has lots of problems. He cannot cry or blink. He has a huge nose that is constantly dripping, referring to the constant problems that keep rising in independent India. One day, while trying to stand, baby Salim bows his leg permanently. Now he's also bow-legged. Adam Aziz and the Reverend Mother, who were in Old Delhi, they come to live with them in Bombay. They are the grandparents, Adam Aziz and Nazim. Reverend Mother or Nazim makes food, and Mary Pereira makes grasshopper green chutneys and pickles. Amina at this time starts gambling. Remember, they are very poor now. Their assets have been frozen. And Amina starts gambling at the horse races and she starts making money. Thus, she pays a lawyer to run a case against the freeze. Ahmad Sinai is becoming more and more inept, and he does not take care of the family affairs anymore. Amina is growing stronger and bolder. Salim tells us about his favorite board game, Snakes and Ladders. I told you that is a metaphor for life. Snakes and Ladders is a metaphor for life as well as for the fortunes of his family. At this time, his second uncle, Hanif, he is a movie director in Bombay and he is married to a beautiful actress named Pia. Hanif and Pia, they are in Bombay. The day Amina and Ahmad go to see his first movie, Mahatma Gandhi is shot dead. Hanif had made a movie for the first time in his life, and Amina and Ahmad go to see his first movie in the theater. They hear that Mahatma Gandhi has been shot dead. And they also thank their stars that it is not a Muslim who has killed Gandhi. Had it been a Muslim, there would have been complete riots and even more problems based on that. So they are relieved that the assassin is not a Muslim. Salim becomes all India radio. Can you guess what that is? Salim begins to hear voices of the Midnight Children in his head. At this time, Brass Monkey is very pretty but naughty. Before we talk about All India Radio, let's talk a little bit about Brass Monkey. Brass Monkey, she is very pretty but naughty. She is a very good singer. Nobody knows that yet. Salim, on the other hand, is very ugly, but he is regarded as a good boy. So appearances are deceptive. Salim is regarded as a good boy and is expected to turn out to be a genius. But as you know, he will only be a failure in life. At school, Miss Kapadia had smashed her toenail when she dropped her duster, shocked by his ugly nose. He has a big ugly nose, and when she turned to look at him, she saw this ugly nose, and in horror, she dropped the duster on her own toe and smashed her nail. Salim one day hides in the laundry basket. It is his, his habit to hide somewhere or the other. He hides one day in the laundry basket, and that is in the bathroom. And he sees his mother fantasizing Nadir Khan. She also tells his name, and she's about to pee, and he sees her black bottom. Remember, she is dark. Mumtaz is dark. Amina is dark. So he sees her black bottom. And suddenly, a pajama cord for no reason gets stuck in his left nostril. Inside the laundry basket, a pajama cord gets stuck in his left nostril and he sneezes. Thus, Amina finds him out and punishes him for sitting inside the basket and spying on her. And he is punished to a day of silence. It is then that Salim hears the voice of Midnight's children in his head. Salim for the first time hears voices in his head, and he realizes that it is the voice of all the people who were born in the midnight of the Independence Day at the same time as he was born. And he comes running and tells his parents what is happening in his head, but nobody believes him. Especially his father doesn't believe him, and he beats him. Ahmad Sinai slaps him. Ahmad Sinai hates him because Salim is very ugly and he's good for nothing. And Ahmad Sinai beats him, slaps him, and he loses one hearing in 1 year. Salim, now, as before, he begins to read other people's thoughts. He gets to know their fantasies, frustrations, and he feels that he is the cause of all the troubles. Because he is able to listen to people's thoughts, he feels responsible for their actions, and he feels that he is the cause of all the troubles. Like Musa or Moses, like Muhammad the penultimate, I heard voices on a hill. That is a famous line. Dr. Narlikar's tetrapods are phallic. I told you they are tower-like. And women began to worship them thinking they are some Shivalinga or something. And Dr. Narlikar thrives on infertility treatment. He is the opponent of fertility. He does not want women to pray and get fertility. So he pushes the women to stop them. And at that time, a group of people were marching. There was one procession coming against Hindi. All this happened in independent India, really. These language marchers who were marching against Hindi came and crushed him. He got caught in the procession and he got killed. Salim makes a passing statement that the cuckold, he is referring to his own surrogate father. Vanita's son he is, right? Salim is actually Vanita's son, and Wee Willie Winky is therefore like his father. And Salim makes a passing statement that the cuckold Wee Willie Winky also died at the same time. Now, he's 10 years old. That is the title of a chapter also. At the age of 10, Salim loves one girl, Evelyn Burns. And Evie loves somebody else, Soni Ibrahim. And Soni loves somebody else, Brass Monkey. So it is one chain of love affairs. It is, again, very politically relevant to say this because people, it's a satire on people's allegiances and love for ideologies. What you love does not love you back. He tries to impress Evie by bicycle riding. He doesn't know how to ride a bicycle. And he tries to impress her by riding the bicycle. And eventually he learns. He enters Evie's head and she pushes him out. She also realizes that he has entered her head. So she pushes him out. Mary's sister Alice at this time becomes Ahmad Sinai's secretary. Our Mary Pereira's sister Alice. Mary is like a second mother to Salim, and her sister Alice becomes Ahmad Sinai's secretary. Padma, remember at the end of the last video, Padma had gone. She had gone away. Now Padma returns and brings some herbs for Salim's impotence. Salim is the adult Salim in real time is impotent, and that is how Adam Sinai, his son, is born as a son of Shiva also. So our India, represented by Salim, is impotent. Salim is impotent, and he goes into a coma temporarily after eating those herbs. Now, the Midnight's children. As you know, it is on his 10th birthday, that is 1958, that Salim calls the Midnight's Children Conference in his head. It is not a real conference or anything. It is completely imaginary. It's happening in his head. 581 out of 1001 are remaining. And all have superpowers. There are total 1001 people born at that time, out of which 581 people only are remaining now. And they all have some superpowers. Only Salim, however, can organize them. Salim's superpower is the telepathic power to organize them. He talks to them every midnight. And every night he starts talking to them. He has a fever and gets a nightmare also. Because he is getting a vision of the future. Everything is green and black, and a widow is hurting the Midnight's children. he gets the far sight into the future, and he sees a widow, that is Indira Gandhi, hurting the midnight children. Salim spies on his mother at Pioneers Cafe, a communist hangout. She is going there to meet Nadir Khan. Nadir Khan is a communist, and he is going there to meet Nadir Khan. She is going there to meet Nadir Khan. She meets Nadir there, and you know what they did? She drinks out of one cup, and then she gives the cup to Nadir Khan, and Nadir Khan also drinks from the same cup. That becomes their indirect kiss. They don't kiss directly, it becomes their indirect kiss. It's a parody of Hindi cinema of the 1950s, how romance was shown in a very indirect manner using objective correlatives in the 1950s. At this time, Shiva and Salim are not on good terms. Shiva wants to lead the midnight children in Salim's head, but the midnight children choose Salim himself as the leader. Salim gets to lead the midnight children, and Shiva does not get the opportunity to lead them. The children discuss politics and other big issues that are too much for 10-year-olds. It is hilarious, absurd. They discuss big issues, and they can't discuss anything productively because they are too young. They are just 10-year-old children. And then mutilation. Mutilation means, some mutilation happens to India. States in India fight, and mutilation happens to the country. This is represented as mutilation on Salim's body. The geography teacher, Mr. Zagallo, becomes angry and pulls out a tuft of Salim's hair. He just pulls at Salim's hair, and a tuft of it comes out. And Salim from then on becomes baldy. Everybody calls him baldy because there is a bald patch on his head. Two boys at that time, friends of the girl Masha Miovic, that is a neighborhood girl, Masha Miovic. Two boys, they are friends of this girl. They tease Salim about being bald. And what happens? Salim loses the tip of his middle finger in the fight. Salim loses the tip of his middle finger in the fight. Tip of the middle finger, that is also a satire. What does middle finger mean? And so these are mutilations on India's body politic. At the Breach Candy Hospital, the doctor tells Ahmad and Amina, when he is taken there after this mutilation, the doctor tells Ahmad and Amina that Salim is not their son because his blood type is different from theirs. That was something that people believed in those days, that children will have the same blood type as one of the parents. And Ahmad, who always hated Salim, now hates him even more. He cannot accept him because Salim is not his son. And he is sent away to Uncle Hanif's house. Uncle Hanif and Pia are living in Bombay near the Marine Drive. The couple did not have children of their own, and they accepted the abandoned child gladly. The abandoned child, Salim, who did not get accepted by his surrogate father, is accepted here. Hanif's realistic movies about India do not sell at this time. Remember Raj Kapoor or realistic filmmakers before that. Those were days of realistic movies in India. But Hanif's realistic movies about India did not sell. And there, Salim is also sexually attracted to Pia. That is his first sexual attraction. Pia is a beautiful actress, remember. From there, Salim looks upon himself as the Collinos Kid. Collinos Kid is the title of another chapter. Collinos Kid is there on a hoarding. Collinos was the name of a toothpaste, if you know. In those days, there was a toothpaste called Collinos, like Colgate. Collinos Smile, that used to be an idiom in those days in India. So there is a hoarding, and the advertisement of Collinos toothpaste is on the hoarding. And Salim looks upon himself as the Collinos Kid on the hoarding. The hoarding announced the merits of the inexhaustible tube of toothpaste. The inexhaustible tube of toothpaste has its merits, and that is what the hoarding announced. Salim's role is identical with that of the Collinos Kid, squeezing crises and transformations out of a bottomless tube onto his metaphoric toothbrush. Remember that sentence. Salim's role is identical with that of the Collinos Kid. What does the Colinos kid do or Salim do? Squeezing crises and transformations out of a bottomless tube onto his metaphoric toothbrush. Then the story of Sabarmati, Colonel Sabarmati. Pia at this time has an affair. Pia has an affair with Homi Katrak, who is Hanif's financier. Hanif is the filmmaker, if you remember, and Hanif's financier is Homi Katrak. He is the man who is funding the filmmaking. And our Hanif's wife, Pia, has an affair with Homi Katrak. That Salim gets to know, Hanif doesn't know. Through a letter that he gives through Salim, he breaks up with Pia. Homi Katrak, however, soon breaks up with Pia through a letter that he gives through Salim. He gives Pia a letter through Salim. Homi now starts an affair with Leela Sabarmati. Homi is now having an affair with another woman, Leela Sabarmati. And Salim informs Commander Sabarmati about this through an anonymous letter. Salim is the cause for doing this. Salim breaks up love affairs. India breaks up love affairs between countries, by backbiting. This India has done as a big brother in those days to the other small countries around India. So Homi is seeing Leela Sabarmati, and Leela Sabarmati's husband, Colonel Sabarmati, is informed this by Salim through an anonymous letter. Sabarmati goes to their house, and Homi Katrak is shot. And as well as Leela. Leela Sabarmati is shot twice in the stomach, and Homi Katrak is shot thrice, and they are killed. Thus the revenge drama is over. Salim or Salman Rushdie are making fun of the revenge drama that is happening between people, between countries, between communities. So Sabarmati, with his gun, smoking gun, he goes out and tries to surrender to a traffic policeman. The traffic policeman sees the gun and thinks Sabarmati is going to shoot him, and the traffic policeman runs away. Sabarmati, with his smoking gun, is, compelled to direct the traffic for another 10 minutes before the police come and arrest him. Such funny incidents happen. So this is the line that is given in the novel. He began to direct cars using the smoking gun as a baton. And Hanif, what happened at this time? Hanif, his wife was having an affair, that is no problem. But Hanif lost his funding. He lost his income because Homi Katrak is dead. And Hanif also commits suicide. Hanif also comes to a violent end because of that. Well, to apply these to actual things that happened in India at that time would have been so uncomfortable for politicians and Indians and other people. It's a very strong, powerful allegory. Everyone except the Sinais leave Methwold Estate. At that time, Methwold Estate is left by everyone. There are so many problems across India. And the Narlikar women start demolishing all houses except theirs. Then there is the incident of another person, Lord Khusru, another minor character but very memorable character. He's a child guru. His actual name is Cyrus. He's the son of Dubash, a nuclear physicist who died choking on orange pips. He's a nuclear physicist, but how he died is choking on orange seeds. That is Dubash. And Dubash's son is Cyrus. What happened is after Dubash died, Mrs. Dubash made Cyrus a guru. Look at how people become God men and God women. Mrs. Dubash made Cyrus a guru, and he became rich and famous. Cyrus became rich and famous because people are so stupid to believe in anything in those days. And he becomes Lord Khusru, such an absurd name. Lord Khusru owned his own plane but later drowned. What is the use of having your own plane if your destiny is to drown? And there are such very wealthy people who came to nothing. Salim is not rich or famous. He is neither rich nor famous like Lord Khusru. Neither will he be. At least he didn't have to drown like Lord Khusru. But at the time he is writing the novel, his body is falling apart. That is the tragedy. Anyway, old Adam Aziz, remember who it is? It is Salim's grandfather. Old Adam Aziz thinks that he saw God, but he does not want to go to Pakistan with his wife. His wife wants to go to Pakistan. Who? Nasim or Reverend Mother. Reverend Mother wants to go to Pakistan, but Adam Aziz does not want to go to Pakistan. Remember, he is also ill and eccentric. He goes to Kashmir instead and dies there on a mountain. On the day Adam dies, Nehru also dies. So Adam is actually a representation of Nehru. Now, Mary tells her secret to Amina and Ahmad Sinai. She says that she switched Shiva and Salim. And after this, Mary is so ashamed at what she has done and she leaves the family forever. But at the end of the novel, she is reunited with Salim, don't worry. So Salim and the rest of the family move to Pakistan, except Adam Aziz. Ahmad and Alice stay behind. Ahmad also doesn't leave. He stays with his mistress Alice. Remember, Mary's sister Alice is a secretary and mistress now. Salim does not live with the family because the family doesn't want him. Salim lives with Aunt Emerald and Uncle Zulfikar in Rawalpindi. They are all in Pakistan. Salim is living in Rawalpindi with Emerald, the youngest aunt, and Uncle Zulfikar. Their son Zafar is disciplined and tormented by Zulfikar. Zulfikar is a domineering father, and Zafar is disciplined and tormented by Zulfikar. At a party of government officials, cousin Zafar pees in his pants. He is so terrified of his father, he always pees in his pants. And at a party of government officials also, he does that. Salim uses pepper pots and bowls of chutney to help map out the revolution that brought the dictatorship of Ayub Khan in Pakistan. That dictatorship or coup d'etat is happening. And Salim uses pepper pots and bowls of chutney without understanding what he is doing. And thus, Pakistan's first coup takes place at midnight. Years later, on Brass Monkey's 14th birthday, Emerald asks Monkey to sing, and she turns out to be a great singer. It turns out that she can sing very well, and she becomes famous as Jamila Singer. So she is very pretty as well as very talented in singing. At this time, if you remember from the timeline, 1962, Indo-China War is taking place, Sino-Indian War. Ahmad Sinai has a heart attack. And hearing this, the family returns to India and Amina nurses him back to health. Amina is the dutiful wife. She, despite Ahmad Sinai having a mistress, she nurses Ahmad back to health. Salim has not been calling the Midnight Children Conference. He has not been talking to them at all these days because he does not want them to know that he is not the real child, that Shiva is the real child. If they come to know, Salim will be in trouble because Salim is actually the poor child and Shiva is actually the rich boy. But Shiva has grown up poor and is very angry. So he wants to hide from the Midnight Children, especially from Shiva, Mary's secret. And the group slowly seems to be coming to an end. At this time, Ahmad Sinai forces Salim to have a sinus surgery. Ahmad Sinai forces Salim to have a sinus surgery. And with that, Salim's superhuman powers are gone. When the nose surgery is done, Salim's superhuman powers are gone. But for the first time, he learns that he can smell. He can smell even love and hatred. Before that, he couldn't smell anything. But now he can smell love and hatred. He can smell even sadness and joy, intelligence and stupidity. Now, the family moves back to Pakistan. This time they go to Karachi. They had come to take care of Ahmad Sinai. Now they go back to Pakistan. And in Pakistan, a pickled umbilical cord that had been preserved from the time of Salim's birth is planted and a new house is built. It is some superstition. They plant the umbilical cord in the earth and then build a new house on top of that. Ahmad Sinai starts a little business called Amina Towels. At this time, Major Latif is there. Uncle Puffs, he's called. He is the one who helps Jamila become Pakistan's Nightingale. Pakistan's most famous singer, she becomes Jamila. singer she becomes. And she also sits behind another perforated sheet. It looks like history is repeating. Throughout the novel, you see many things in the story repeating itself. Repetition of history is a very important theme in the novel. So she also sits behind another perforated sheet with the story that she is disfigured. Actually, she is very beautiful. That is why she is sitting behind the screen. Now, Salim meets Tai Bibi. Tai Bibi is the oldest prostitute in the world, and she can mimic smells. She is very old, and she can mimic smells. There is a prince with a Rolls Royce, a very rich prince. His son Mutasim loves Jamila Singer, but she cannot love anyone. That is the tragedy. Mutasim loves Jamila Singer, but she cannot love anyone. His daughter is engaged to cousin Zafar. The prince's daughter, Mutasim's sister, is engaged to Zafar, but she breaks it off when she learns that Zafar pees in his pants. And then something unexpected happens. Salim tells Jamila he loves her. He has an incestuous love for his sister. Jamila never speaks to him after that. Jamila stops speaking to him because of this incestuous desire that he expresses. Jamila embodies loneliness. She has inherited her great-grandfather's, Dr. Adam Aziz's, gift of talking to birds. At the end of the last video, the first video on Midnight Children, without thinking, I accidentally said, Ahmad Sinai talks to birds. I hope you'll remember, that is wrong. It was Dr. Aziz's father. Ilse was his mother, Dr. Aziz's mother. His father went out of his mind and started talking to birds. That Jamila also does. So there is another repetition happening here. After a stroke, Dr. Aziz's father had gone out of his mind and lived a lonely life talking to birds. When all the birds left, he also passed away. He also did not live after that. The sorrows upon which Jamila Singer's voice draws are all familial. What does that mean? Jamila's songs or voice or songs draws upon the way she sings draws upon all the sorrows of the family. What are the sorrows? Failures in love and business, depression and alcoholism, destroyed political hopes, religious confusions, migrations from Kashmir south to Bombay and then north to Karachi. If you take a little bit of time here and remember what are these incidents in more detail, it will help you. All these are a prelude to the death of the family members in the 1965 war. There are so many troubles that haunt this family. And these troubles all culminate in 1965 in the death of all the family members in the war. In 1965, the first Indo-Pak war is taking place. Reverend Mother and Pia are running a gas station at this time. Fat Alia has remained a spinster because she could not marry Ahmad Sinai. And she casts a bad spell on everyone with her delicious cooking. She casts a bad spell on everyone with her delicious cooking. Amina is once more pregnant. Amina is aghast to find herself pregnant after 17 years. She suffers and grows afraid of her child. She already has 2 children and now she is again pregnant. Zafar leads the troops to the Rann of Kutch. Zafar leads the troops to the border between India and Pakistan, the Rann of Kutch, which is actually a disputed territory. The troops are tormented by ghosts who turn out to be smugglers working for Zulfikar. There at the Rann of Kutch, the troops meet ghosts. They are actually smugglers. They are not ghosts dressed up as ghosts working for Zulfikar. And Zulfikar is therefore causing more trouble to Zafar. Zulfikar is a very bad father. And finally, you know what happens to all bad fathers? Zafar kills his father, Zulfikar. That is a very horrendous thing. Zafar kills his father, Zulfikar. It happened in Pakistan. The entire Sinai family is wiped out in the bombings. Such a total annihilation happened to India at this time. The entire Sinai family is wiped out in bombings. And at this time, Salim loses his memory because he was hit by the silver spittoon. The silver spittoon that has followed him everywhere. That was the wedding gift given to Amina. That was, it came from the Rani of Kuch Nahi. That silver spittoon, which is a very important symbol in the novel, hits Salim in his head and he loses his memory. He gets amnesia. Now, here begins book 3. In the Sundarban forest, in the Pak army camp, Salim comes to be called the Buddha. He comes to be called the Buddha because he is very quiet and he is very much like Buddha. He works as man-dog for the army, sniffing out enemies because he has special sniffing powers, remember, smelling powers. So he sniffs out enemies for canine unit for tracking and intelligence services. Cutia, Kutia. Kutia in Hindi means dog. And these are all satirical digs at all the happenings and the institutions of India and Pakistan. Salim still holds the spittoon. That is the reason for his amnesia. Ayuba, Shaheed and Farooq are his friends. All three meet with violent deaths. These are very important events in the novel. Shaheed, for example, gets cut into two and his body, he drags up his body the steps of a mosque and his screams reach the microphone in the mosque, and there is a troop of ants that are sticking to the blood that is everywhere, Shaheed's blood. Like that, so much horrendous, gory details are there, surrealistic details are there regarding the violent deaths. The forest of Sundarbans offer a surreal experience. This reflects the inhuman trauma of the war. How traumatic war is. War is no joke. People who have been through war will never say that they need war. They want war. There is also the very famous image of a pyramid of live flesh. Ice slice, hair oil. Ice slice I have mentioned before. Ice slice, hair oil and Sunny are 3 children he grew up with, Salim grew up with. They get cut up and before they die, their bodies are still writhing in pain. And it is described as a pyramid of flesh. It's a very dangerous scenario because people are dying like anything because of the war. And after a snake bite in the Sundarbans, he gets back his memory. And it is Parvati the witch who recognizes him. She is also one of the Midnight Children. She is the one who gives back his name. She is the one who tells him who he is. And then in 1971, they reach Dhaka, the capital of free Bangladesh. From here, I think can be another video. So I will just stop here and take a break. Thank you.